From vision to victory. But then the responsibility of the people in the room is to understand that we are talking to leaders. Am I correct? Yes. So a lot of times leadership tend to step into operations in the name of survival, in the name of sometimes making sure that we exist. And then we don't realize that even as we pursue staying alive, so to speak, right? We probably have missed the point of being effective. And so because of that, what happens is we are more driven by the calendar of the school than the impact we're seeking. And so in 13 weeks, if you look at the percentile of impact, it could be very small. It could be even 10%. But when you check the matrix or the scorecard of operation, you're saying that, we are 95%. We are almost done. Done doing what? Following the calendar. Done doing what? Keeping up a routine. Done doing what? Following instructions. And that's where a school begins to lose its soul. Because everybody must realize a school is alive. Supposedly it's meant to be alive. Are we together? Everybody say this after me. A school is a person. I hope I'm not sounding strange. A school is what? A person. Because even by the structure of the Corporate Affairs Commission, it's an entity. Thank you, sir. It's an entity. They would treat it as such. A school is not a thing. And that's where your philosophy needs to change. Are we together? It's always to bring to our consciousness what the usefulness of retreats can do for us. Retreats are always useful to help us to achieve consciousness of where we are, the reality of what we are going to, or where we're going to, or where we are headed. And then in the room, we discuss how to get there. Okay, fantastic. I need you to understand that during this retreat that you have, it might be beyond my session as well, that you must be mindful that as we talk about the things I'm going to be sharing, have this at the back of your mind, that as I sit on this leadership team, as I sit around this table, I must have the world, the school world. Straitgate is a school, is a brand. The Straitgate world, right, evolves around 5 pillars. Somebody say 5 pillars. 5 pillars, meaning that whether we talk about targets, whether we talk about leadership style, whether we talk about curriculum, or whatever it is, at the end of the day, it is around these pillars that thing we find expression. It is this pillar that will deliver the result of it. Sometimes, have you noticed that you plan so much? You emphasize sometimes on training so much. And then in this bit of executing, you are not seeing the result that you planned for. Has that thing ever happened to you before? Most of the time, your results cannot happen outside of these pillars. Sometimes, you don't even need the input of the master. You only need the interest of the participant. If you told you that you're going for a contest, maybe a math contest, and you're going to win ₦1 million incentive, yes or no? Yes. Talk to me now. Yes. But then you're going to write WAEC, and the only thing that they consciously realize is that this is an external exam, it's a certificate-based exam, but the consciousness that they have is fear than the prize. The house is not telling you your reward. The school is not giving you a reward. The class is not inspiring you to succeed. So everybody knows what they need to do, but they lack the spirit to deliver on what is expected of them. I hope you know the essence behind your vision and mission statement is your promise. Because once there's an excuse, you still have denied on that promise. You didn't deliver. Are we together? So it's not, sometimes we use some words, but we don't see the importance or the potency. You did not perform. Sometimes we are familiar with that. You did not do well. You are not meeting up. The truth about it is, when you are not meeting up, it is a denial in process. If we adopt a particular thing, it's either we deliver or we are denying. Now, that's the same way the market and your client and the parents look at you. That school, is it promise delivered or promise denied? And I want us to be loud and clear on it. Do you even realize that it's possible that your teaching staff don't know the promise the school is making? Could that even be the place we need to fix first? What is the promise? This coming here, 2025, 2026. And as a leadership team, you are making a promise to the board. What is the promise? All the meaningful things, you have a wonderful consultant, you have wonderful input, you have wonderful trainers, you have wonderful management, you have wonderful board. As we do all this mix, we need to check what is the promise we are making. Number one, are we aware? Number two, are we delivering or is it being denied? You cannot demand what has not been designed. Totally. And so 2025, don't make a mistake where you are expecting so much from somebody that he doesn't have a blueprint of what you're expecting. Are you getting it? So we must understand it starts from promise. Every brand should be making a promise that they are aware of. Number two, very quickly, just close to the promise is the school's philosophy. And this is a very sensitive area. Sometimes it's a simple thing, but very difficult thing for people to accept. That the philosophy running the brand is anti the growth of the brand. You know, your philosophy is actually a major deciding factor of growth. Every leader has his own philosophy. Can argue against it, but it's so visible and audible. You can't deny it because the external person is the one that sees it. It's a reflection. So when we say there's a target, somebody's philosophy is saying a lie, and the person has not uttered a word, and the person is not even realizing that your philosophy has answered before you took to the table. Talk to me, guys. If I said that, in the new session, every parent in the school must be visited. You know, there are certain things you hear in strategy sessions and there are certain things you do in retreats that if you were going to be honest, don't just listen with your ears. Audit with your heart. Your philosophy will tell you if he agrees. Because what happens is that no matter how lofty the target is, your philosophy will try to bring it down to its level. Whereas the strategy is saying, come up to this level. Your philosophy is number one reason why you refuse to stretch, even though it makes sense to stretch. You lead by seeing. So what's the future of Nigeria's education? It's the future that you see. It's not the future of digital transformation or tech. And that's why we've always been acting as handicaps. Are we together? If a leadership team understands it, you will take over the entire market, not just Magodo market. There was no rule of thumb that says Magodo is the only thing you should do, or Shangisha, or Mowe, or Fada. And so some of you, even when you want to test the water of growth, you are thinking within a map instead of within a sphere. Or is a big deal because of their philosophy. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Talk to me now.
Yes, sir.
And that's why there are certain things you will not even think of. You will say we should start thinking of diversifying income stream for the school. You won't think of it because of your philosophy. If I give you a great idea, the quality of the outcome of the idea is not because of your hard work or seriousness. It's your philosophy first. Readiness is the quality of pursuit. Are you ready to give this all it requires? Are you getting what I'm trying to say? You need technical partners. So look at the thing you want to do. By the time wonderful ideas come in, by the time the blueprint for growth is designed, everybody be honest. What technical partnership do we need in terms of enrollment, in terms of maybe academics, maybe in terms of finance and all that? Look for that technical partner, and it may be more than one. So sometimes the reason is all of us have to do the homework. You can't do it. Let somebody do it. Are we together? You need implementing partners. It doesn't take away from your shine. It's your result. It's in the school name anyway. Talk to me now. Yes. Implementing partners across the services and operations of the school. Sometimes you might need to look for them. So you have technical partners, you have implementing partners. You sometimes need to get to the point of having financial partnerships. Did you hear me? I said, did you hear me? Yes, sir. Financial partnerships. That's why you hear people say forever customer, a shelf life that never ends. There's no expiration date. Some people's commitment stops at the point their child stops. So graduation for some people is the end of relationship with your school in terms of commitment from them. Are you getting me? So they are no longer stakeholders. They are not inducted into any conscious thing. So we must begin to think futuristically that this vision that we have, we want to take it from where it is to a place of victory. And we'll come to talk about victory, but let's just deal with the partnership very quickly. So the first partnership is what? Second one is what? What's the third one? The fourth one is legal partnership. In today's world, the school space has now become so volatile that you need to be very spot on in terms of the legal concerns. And it doesn't only mean it starts and ends with a lawyer. No. It goes beyond that. Even the issue of child protection is still part of the legal partnership. Right? You're going to be doing programs and projects, you need legal partnership. You're going to be doing collaborations as well. Legal partnership is very essential. And then the fifth one, we've talked about first, technical, second, third, fourth. Now, when you think about all those, you need to ensure, especially based on the conversation I'll be having with you today, you need what you call development partners. Development partnership is, in fact, visible growth is anchored on it. Lagos State has development partners, hope you know. The government of Nigeria has development partners, hope you know. What is World Bank? The development partner, DFID, all those agencies. Are we together? They come together based on the pursuit of an agreed goal and they join in development. If you are not careful, you will only be looking at your bottom line for the sake of development. Now, if you go to the window, you look at that stadium, I was asking you, and I was saying, what's that? Right? You could do that from the school's income. You could achieve that with a development partner. Are you getting what I'm trying to? And then they have a Adidas store, especially where you can get authentic, real, not fake Adidas shoes, kits, and all those things. You need development partners. People whose vision expression is ahead of you, but you can find alignment in it. Sometimes your vision is small and you have to be humble enough to accept it. It's the fact that you are growing. You accept you are growing. But you can step into alignment with some people. They pull you up, just like you too can pull others up. That's the growth. That's the kind, and we want to be able to ensure that it's not that the conversation has to be with the board members alone. It's a principal should be raising and training themselves to be able to hold that kind of meeting, to be able to send that kind of proposal, to be able to have that kind of webinar. Or we should be bold enough that if we bought a ticket for you to go to the US and you went to the Adidas company and you went to their HQ, you will come back with a silly grant that's never been done in the history of education, not even in the history of school. Are you listening to me? Your school can champion something that everybody's talking about out of school children, out of school children, out of school children. You can champion something in partnership with them, and you just become the school that is on the billboard for life. Remember, growth cannot only be looked at from a reference point. Old school has done this before. If you keep looking at even the biggest of brands, what they've done, you will be painting your strides on the past. It's like driving, looking at the rear mirror. You're not what? You're doing it outside of it. Great stuff, poor model. Great stuff, wrong approach. If you fix it, you'll be shocked. The same stuff you've been complaining about, they'll turn to 18. What's your name? You're on the bench of keeping quiet people. What's your name? Put some spirit. What's your name? Fantastic. I said that there are how many? 5 pillars. The first one is what? Second one. Third one. That's why. That's why I didn't know that. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. The fourth one is positioning. And I'll still talk about position because it's, in fact, the past few months I've been having this kind of frustration that a lot of schools are going about growth without addressing the issue of positioning. And I asked her, I'm sure she remember, I still asked her again yesterday, you know, uh, that, and I want to ask us, so let me not rely on her answer alone, right? She might be speaking on your behalf in a positive way. So let me ask you the room. Are we really serious about being a faith-based school? Yes. A faith-based school? Or a Christian school? Or a godly school? Eh? Faith is general. No. It's not because it's general. No, no, no. Eh? Faith-based school is a school premised on a model and principle of faith. It's in itself like saying the difference between private school and public school. Do you understand? I said, do you understand? Yes, sir. We don't really have faith-based schools in Nigeria. Wait now. Have you understood what I really mean by faith? And it's not bad for us to step into that. We have Christian schools, but even that is still weak. Christian schools are modeled by, most times, the founder, the belief behind the structure. So you will know that in this school, we will pray as a Christian school. In this school, we invite pastor. Our type of validity service is not just jamboree. We don't, so a lot of times, let me tell you this, people are conscious and they now begin to feel in a hurry once they see that it's about time to close. And it's a conditioning of the mind because naturally you just find out we're not meant to be here, we're not meant to be edgy. Before you know it, your system will just tell you to go to the toilet. Just it is 3 to 3:30. Go and check the time people use toilet the most. Do a math, do a survey. You know why? The system supplies body response to what it understands. Are you following me? That's why people be checking the time. So if you say, please, we have a meeting, check. Do people contribute in your meetings when it's towards closing time or you're using closing time? They won't. But you know, some people won't mind if the meeting will kill time of work. So if you're having meeting 10, they don't mind for the meeting to be 10 to 12 because they don't want to work. This means an opportunity, an escape. They say, so if you have any question, hey, I'm taking a thought about what you said. Can you rephrase, Bao? Go to your work. Thank God for AI. The question is this: is it possible that for some people, the issue and the missing gap is the spirit of enterprise? Is now showing in a flavor of fight for this, fight for that. Are you following me? Some people is just a product of mentoring. Some people is refined exposure. Are you following me? So when you re-engineer some people in leadership, you re-engineer them and they begin to realize. Sometimes some people is because there's no demand you've placed on them. So there's no drive for motivation. Do you get the drift? So if, for example, I remember, you understand all these things? A lot of times, some of you need to understand that people behavior should be your second skill now. You can check and ask, why are you putting on this color? I'm back to you. Yes. Why are you putting on this color? Just feel like putting on. Do you know the interpretation of this color? Do you know? You don't know. Write this down. Write this down. Color psychology is your own personal assignment. Every color brings a particular disposition and mood. Do you know that? I said, do you know that? There are some soak moods based on mild colors. You blend in the atmosphere, it douses energy. Right? Are we together? It also affects students. So you need to check your classrooms. A teacher can't just wear any kind of dress. You wear something red and bright. And you're saying, why are they making noise? You don't know they are the sponsor. Keep quiet, keep quiet. And your red tie. Yeah, very quickly. From vision to victory. What does it mean? It means Straitgate School must aspire to becoming the most sought after school brand. Let's say it again. Want to go? Want to go? Not a sought after, the most sought after. Everybody say the most. So that if we're going to even calculate amongst those who people seek after, right? Guess what happens? Your school should be on the list. Next. This will demand what? Vision translation. Remember we said from vision to victory. So how does that work? So I'm going to start with the first one. Our school's vision, it says building a generation for God, building future leaders through morals and functional education in a what? In a godly environment. All right. Now, the translation of this, what does this mean? It means that for your school, number one, there must be visible spiritual identity. Are we together? Everybody say spiritual identity. That means your school must be a citadel for godly upbringing, not just religious teaching. It means there must be leadership. Leadership what? Development. Every child must be trained to be what? A leader through structured platforms like your leadership clubs, your student council, and the likes. Then your education must be functional. We talked about this already. It must be a place where knowledge meets life. And then it must be a safe haven for values, a nurturing environment where parents trust their children will grow both in wisdom, in stature, and in favor. Next slide. You want to write? Why do you want to write? Just understand. You don't need to write. On the vision. So everyone must be clear at this table. Everybody say clear. Our goal is we should not leave this retreat without having clarity as to the direction of the interpretation of vision. We must translate this vision. It's no longer the vision statement you're familiar with. It's now a reality vision, meaningful enough for us to pursue. And like Chairman asked a question of consistency. We want to be clear to do, but we want to be clear to do and always do. Meaning that we must institutionalize the value and the service we offer. And the value that we offer. We have an all-star team, a super team. So even if one person has to live for whatsoever, We've not lost per se. You know why? It's already a systemic thing. Do we understand? So anything that was brought by the person passed across to the team. That's what you call exchange of expertise. This addresses the issue of vision drift. There will be a time that you also need to ask yourself, if I'm going to lead with impact, I need to know, is there vision drift taking place in the system? Or am I doing enough of vision shifting? We're not changing the vision, we're just shifting. Next slide. So let's look at a case study. I want us to read this story of Hilltop. I need energy. 1, 2, go. With a bold vision. In it. Turning point. By 2017, yeah, had grown to 3 campuses. Focus on expansion. The leadership team was competent but not fully aligned with our original vision. They began introducing changes. Continue. On paper, but something was wrong. Everybody say, Again, next slide. That happens based on the question. When you drift as a school in the vision, it doesn't totally just mean you are bad. You just begin to disconnect. And it's connection that actually helps you to build on every other thing. Connection to the student, if it's lost, you are just doing activity. Connection with the parents, if it's lost, you're just doing operations. Connection even to the upmost structure, the board, if it's lost, you're just having communication, you're strolling. The dangerous thing that can happen to any school is to be burning passion yet being disconnected. Disconnected especially to the purpose. Are we together? Let's continue. Leadership field. Vision shift versus vision drift. There are certain things that we must understand. Number 1, intentional. Yes. Vision shift shows that we are intentional. And you will see it from strategic perspective and proactive pursuit. So we are thinking ahead. The best time to show the product of what you've been doing in the session is this third term holiday. In fact, you don't want the children to find it difficult. You want to also preempt when you're at home for 4 weeks or 6 weeks, in some cases 8 weeks. What should be your goal? 8 weeks is how many days? That's 60 days. Right? We have government that they will tell you 100 days in office. Your children should have 60 days at home. A roadmap that they would build and you are going to measure and have expectation. When you are at home for 60 days, what should be your goal? When it's 100 days in office, they'll come and say, this is our impact. We've done this. We've built road. They have it. You print it out. Are you following me? And they tell you the things they've done. Vision drift, you begin to see that people are passive and then things a lot of times go often unnoticed. For vision shift, you are driven by changing context for future direction. When you are drifting, you neglect silence, and then there's always what you call an evident poor communication. We don't even communicate to ourselves. Outcomes, reinvention, alignment, and momentum. When you shift in vision, you will find out that you are reinventing yourself. You are realigning yourself. You are having momentum. When is drift, disconnection, confusion, identity loss. Leadership role for us, we need to know that it's a responsibility. When it's a shift, we begin to lead with clarity and purpose. We are going back to our why. And it's clear. If your innovation does not match our why, we drop it. If your contribution doesn't match the why, we ditch it. But then when it comes to vision drift, a lot of times you see abdication and sometimes assumed alignment will begin to persist. I hope this is making sense. So what's our reflection question? Can you trace your school's current state back to the clarity or confusion of its vision, your campus, or the entire group? Can we trace it? And then, are your staff, parents, and students aligned with the school's purpose? Yes, okay, fantastic. These are questions I'd like us to also speak to at our breakout session. God, when we beef each other too much, drift is a must. Beef, vex, I hate, but I can't say it. I'm malicious, but I'm not showing it. We're pretentious. Are we together? Burnout. Are you always getting tired, fed up? And one of the easiest ways to test for burnout is not tiredness. Do you want to know? Happiness. Joy is a proof of burnout. When you don't have joy, joy in the Holy Ghost. If you have joy in the Holy Ghost and you are not joining in school, is your Holy Ghost on leave? Are you getting what I'm trying to say? When you are not joyful, check it. And let me help you understand. For joy to be personal and possessive, you must have the word enjoy. Are we together? Everybody say enjoy. Enjoy. What does enjoy mean? It's from two words. On and joy. On is separated in the sense of engage. It means that you engage joy. That's how you enjoy. How many of you enjoy rice and chicken? Okay, you enjoy chicken. What does that mean? You are engaging joy eating chicken. So it's not that chicken is anything. It's the way you engage. It's the only chicken you enjoy eating. Anything that you enjoy is simply saying that you've engaged joy on that thing. Do you know that some people, when they pray, they don't enjoy prayer? But the moment that they start, if somebody that is leading the prayer now begins to talk about personal needs and requests, or knows how to bring you, that is not the competence of clarity in teaching that makes someone have mastery. It is the factor of enjoyment. If I didn't enjoy the class, I didn't engage joy with the illustration, I didn't engage the children with the time, then it means that that child won't enjoy the class, especially if the child doesn't have skill or mastery already. So part of your lesson observation is not completion, it's not clarity, it's not competence, it's conditioning. If a teacher does not have humor, it does not belong in your class. Did you hear me? So how do you know a teacher will have humor or will engage humor? Then you need to check. If the teacher is on deficit, he will create a vision drift for you. He's not happy. My friend, you are not happy. Why? That means you are not a happy school. And that thing can spread. Because a lot of times we have unhappy people. So the only thing they do is they look for their escape, which most times is their friend on WhatsApp. So you see they are smiling on the phone. They are drawn to their phone and always looking for their happy place. If their happy place is not outside, is outside work, then you will not find them happy at work. And it will pass across. It's contagious. Are you listening to me? Yes, sir. Joy is contagious. Depression is contagious. Yes. Let's wrap up this thing. So, how do we move from a nice idea to real reality, lived reality? Right? Next slide, because of time. We need to lead with results and make our school unstoppable. So there are 3 layers I want to share with you. Please, you need this for your breakout session. Let's pay attention. The first one is what? I've lost my audience. Again, brand positioning. When we break out, campus to campus or whatever way they divide us, we must let the world, please understand, let means allow. We must allow the world to know who we really are. Most times people have brand messages, but they are not bold brand messages. Have you heard people say, the best in the game? That's bold. Is it, are you not saying the others are not the best? Well, I don't talk about others, I talk about myself. A's, straight in academics, straight in acceptance, straight in attitude, straight in access, straight in answer prayers. You can use anything to make sure that you're making a bold brand message. For example, on the screen I have Straitgate Schools, where children grow in God, in purpose, and into greatness. What else do you want? No, let's be honest. So we can come up with a nothing else campaign. Nothing else matters. If your child is growing in God, your child is growing in purpose, your child grows into greatness, what else is the child looking for? You tell them nothing else matters. So all those things people used to say, we are this, we are that. You don't compete on those metrics. Are we together? Push a godly leadership curriculum that is unique to your school. Do you guys have school choir? You can get Lawrence Oyo and you tell him that you want to do it with your students, your choir. That guy has a ministry to young people. Yes. And they are accessible. Are we together? Yes, sir. And do you know his voice with your school choir? Do you know the views your school will just get to? Gates Baba did a song last year. I have decided. It's last year. Gates Baba's song was last year. It did not blow. He now did the song with Lawrence Oyo. Abi, you know how many million views he has right now? Done one of the songs and do the official video in your school, and they do the drone footage, courtesy, or they shot this video was shot at. Be deliberate to push your school out there. Could it even be that it's just that a student from your school is one that will introduce? Welcome. So person. Or a student does a spoken word before he sings or after he sings. They will come up with how it works. Your business is not how it works. Your business is it will work. How? Leave it to the partnership agreements and arrangement. The experts know what to do, Abi. Already acceptance for these people, and they have huge following. Do you know that? And there's something called bias. The market bias can be to your advantage. Do you understand? Yes. Are we together? Yes. Ima, oh my God, you know his OMG, Nabi? They're accessible. What are his top 3 songs that he has done that has gotten over